Morning, it is 9 a.m. and 49 seconds, September 16th, 2024 on a Monday. I'm anticipating there might be troubles in today's broadcast because there are some things that are just running sluggish. I have a fresh boot up on Big B's today.
John Williams said, hello, Doug.
Hello, John. But some buttons and things that I press just aren't responding as quickly as they ought to, and I had a little trouble with the camera. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know. Tim Cruz is about to start a shift at Weisenberger. So have a good day, Tim. I saw that in chat. I want to get that hello to you before you have to stop listening. And let's go to my list. Unrehearsed, unscripted, but there is a plan these days because I just wanted to try this and I'm kind of liking it. So the first thing I need to let you know about, cabin bound for 2 days. I got word a couple days ago that the cabin's going to close down early this year and that this is the last week I have to go up there. So I'm intending to take 2 days. So that's probably going to mean no show tomorrow, no show on Wednesday. It could mean no show Wednesday and no show Thursday. It could mean, I don't know what's going to mean. So just the next 2 days might be a little different.
Ken Stout Live said, isn't a plan basically a script?
No, it's not a script, Ken, because those last 6 words that I just said, they're not written down anywhere. I did not read them from anywhere. So no, a script is where you have words written down and you speak those words. Even though I sort of just spoke the words that Ken wrote. Is that a script? If Ken writes a message in chat and I say, isn't a plan basically a script? If I'm reading what he said, is that a script? Selden says, hopefully good weather at the cabin. It's cold. It is cold there. It's Huntington Lake. So Ken, your weather report thing that you do on your show, you can put in Huntington Lake and see what the weather is up there. And I think I saw that it's going to get down to 32 degrees as a low. So anyway, whoops, that's not the right thing. Uh-oh, did I just cause a problem? No. Yes.
It's a Windows issues, improv, no script, no.
Wasn't on the right page on my Stream Deck. So because this is about computer usability and functionality, I don't know why the logo's not up there. That's something that's not working right. Ugh. I went to push this button right here, somewhere around here is supposed to be the commercial. Now I just pushed to go to the next screen and it's not there yet. I'm waiting. Come on. It took that long to go to the next screen and that's not the right next screen. Oh. No, this is not working right. Why? I tested things before the stream ran. Maybe it's because, is that bumper still running that I interrupted? My life. Why do I do this to myself? My Stream Deck is not going to the other page. All right, so I will come over here and manually put in an ad break. Cabin. Let's see, I already talked about that, right? Yeah, so the next 2 or 3 days, I'm not quite sure what the show schedule is going to be. Saturday's show index. This whole thing that you see me doing these days with these time indexes, there is a usability function for you, for viewers. If I come over to yesterday's show, don't I have it up here somewhere? Oh, maybe I don't. Okay, so anytime you want to get to my channel, it can be youtube.com/LWTDB. If you put a /live on the end of that, that'll get you to the current live stream or the next scheduled live stream if there is one currently scheduled. But if I go to Saturday's show, let's say click here on live. Saturday's show, we talked about Commendatori's problem with his channel being taken down. Well, I have put in the timestamps for that, which gives you the ability, if you don't get to watch the shows live, and if you don't want to watch the whole show through, you can come back to the timestamps and get what I think were the significant points. So here, if you click on this one right here, it'll take you to the introduction of Pavel's issue, aka Commendatore. If you click on this one, it'll take you to the what happened with the start review. If you click on this one, it'll take you to the wrong screen display and get through all of the stuff. And you can get down here summarizing the likely cause of the channel takedown. So you don't have to go back and watch the entire show if you just want to get the cliff notes. This is like the Ken notes. Yeah, that would probably be a good substitution. Cliff notes, where you just get the summary. So that's the whole reason behind me doing these timestamps. And when I do them during the show, that makes it a little bit easier for me to get back to it later. So I just talked about the show index, and I don't know what the specific time was, so I'm going to have to go back and catch that later. So then this chat email is going to be about 7:20 for the Saturday chat email, because that is to remind me to go look at the email that I did for Saturday's chat. I have not looked through all of Saturday's chat. I only captured one item that I happened to see, and so I'm just going to tell you about that. I might capture other items later. Jim KJ3N said, quick tip, don't do Windows updates when you have an external drive plugged in. It hangs the machine up when restarting. And I wanted to call that out because I want to say that I have experienced that. And I have that kind of common because I will do image backups of computers that I'm working on here at my desk. So I just wanted to say, yes, I have seen that. Going on, let's get, I'll save that and I'll hit a commercial break. I do the commercial break so that YouTube doesn't put them in at times that I don't want them. That's why I do that. Jokes. I'll bet you Brian Lightfoot's got some jokes in the chat. So I don't have chat popped out yet, so I got to go find that and pop that out. You'll get a little bit of the mirroring effect, depending upon how quickly I get this done. I bring that off to the right side a little bit so that I can pop back and forth between the show and the chat. Brian, we need to talk about this 28-minute note, retirement approaching subject on the schedule. Brian, for your information, I did another update. I did another schedule update 1 minute before showtime. And it's, obviously, you've already seen it on the screen because I've displayed it. I don't remember what that update was. 28 minutes. There's a retirement I'm going to talk about. This is probably a joke. I don't know yet because I haven't read the whole thing. Doug told Doug, that's all, folks. My mouse, my orange dot isn't working. Hey, Doug told me that he thinks he is smart. He told me an onion is the only food that makes you cry. So I threw a coconut at his face. That made him cry. Question, did you hear about the kidnapping at school? It's okay. He woke up. The kid was napping. I'm going to do a search for Brian. Why do you only look for jokes from Brian? Well, because that's who I get them from. Was that scripted? Yeah, no other jokes there, it looks like. Yeah, we're done there. So, coming back. Did I put in the timestamp for the jokes? I don't think I did. No, because that must have been much later. That must have been somewhere around 8 minutes something. Mini computer base image project. Let's see. We're going to get... I got to look at how far the show is in progress, not at my clock. 10:40. I'll call this. Mini computer base image project. And I've talked to you to you about this before. I have, well, several offices that are going to need new computers for Windows 11, right? Well, it is time to start doing that now because I don't want to do them all during the last month. Well, the largest of the law offices, which you hear me talking about, I'm buying these B-Link computers. They're around $200 a piece. And we've got a test computer that's been in for, I don't know, a month or two now at the managing partner's desk. And he likes it. He's had no complaints about it. When I ask him, is there anything to complain about it? He complains about this one program that keeps crashing, but that's a program that it's a vertical market program. It crashes on everybody's computers. It's a problem with the program, not the computers. So anyway, we have 4 more of those computers on hand. So I am preparing that as a base, preparing a base image on it. And so I'm going to give you a little bit of a clue, a little bit of a orientation to how I'm managing this. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. I'm not going to read through all these screens, but I got this here. The default profile app that we've talked about once or twice, the desktop OK app, and the re-icon. And Savi Manor said that this is the one that he's using. And if you were to pause the video and read my notes, you will find that I'm focusing on re-icon also. Desktop OK has a lot of extra features that I really don't need. Fab's auto backup is going to be a part of this. I have a couple of Microsoft Word documents I'm using to manage this. Now, if I maximize this window, close this navigation panel, come up here to page width, that's easier for you to read. I'm not going to read through this stuff, but it just gives you the idea of how I go about doing a project like this. I make myself some notes. And if you're interested or intrigued, understand that these are not written for somebody else to read. These are notes to myself, but you can probably get the idea. So then there is another Microsoft Word document, be this one here, that is also in use for managing this. Make this bigger. There's a phase 1 and there's a phase 2 down lower. The green indicates items that are confirmed to work with default profile. Red items do not work with it. And you'll be hearing more about this. This base image project is my name for it now. I'm just giving you these screens and pausing a little bit so that you can go read more about those later if you so care to. And that's all I'm going to hit on that right now. So then coming back to the list, that was that. Then Gary Weisenberger, I've got an email from him. This is at, I looked at the clock again, 09:13. I need to look at the OBS time.
Zaki Manor said all PC in that office were Win 10?
Well, most all of them, yeah. Yeah, there's a few of them that are Windows 11. But yeah, most of them, and they are not capable of Windows 11. So I'm going to call that 1420. We're not quite there yet, but close enough. And let's click a save on that, click an ad break. My buttons aren't working. It would normally be done with buttons. And I see on Baby Beast, there is an ad running right now. So then I'll go pull up that email from Gary and confirm that this does not expose his email. Zoom it in a little bit, position it a bit so that, because yeah, this is entertaining. He says, wife and I are smarter than CoPilot and ChatGPT. Wife and I were sitting on a dock. Yes, it's actually on the bay of the lake. Cultural reference. I got that immediately, sitting by the dock of the bay. Wasting time, da-da-da-da. Now, I can't tell you who wrote it, who's made it famous in their singing, because I'm not that good at music recollection. Talking about language. They were talking about language. Cultural reference, comma, talking about language. We were discussing in any words in the English, if any words in the English language with 3 consecutive letters the same. Yeah, a little bit wording there. You get the idea. 3 consecutive letters the same. What I typed into both CoPilot and ChatGPT is, are there any words in the English language with 3 consecutive letters the same? Both CoPilot and ChatGPT said that Bookkeeper has both. I quote, one example is Bookkeeper and its variant Bookkeeping, which contains 3 consecutive O's and K's. Yeah, but does it? Really? Now, I caught on to this pretty quickly, how the AIs misunderstood the question. And that's the point here. That's what Gary's getting at. And this is what I'm getting at, why I'm kind of highlighting this, is how ChatGPT misunderstood the question. Such a Doug. So I can only assume that they both teach university English to the next generation, sarcasm and LOL. Now, some of you might have looked at this and said, no, it's completely wrong. There's nothing right about that. There is no series of 3 consecutive letters there. The O's are not repeated 3 times, and the K's are not repeated 3 times. But what is repeated 3 times is there are 3 consecutive doubled letters, 2 O's, 2 K's, 2 E's. And that wasn't what Gary was asking for. And let's see, wasn't there another? Yeah, bookkeeping and bookkeeper. So that's the way the AI understood the question. The question was, are there any words in the English language with 3 consecutive letters the same? So what it took is 3
Gary
consecutive
Weisenberger
letters.
said no, it answered, but it said 3 KS and 3 O's.
Yes, it did claim that there were 3 O's and 3 K's. It did say that. You're right, Gary. Thank you for correcting me on that, because I did realize that she's had that here, and I misstated it a little bit earlier. The AI said that there are 3 consecutive O's. No, there are not. There are 3 consecutive letters that are doubled, which is kind of an interesting thing. How many people could have come up with that in their head? Screenshot attached. Thought you would enjoy a laugh. Yes. And then here's the question. Are there any English words with 3 of the same in a row? Now that's a little bit different, actually worded a little bit different. Are there any English words with 3 of the same in a row? I think this was a follow-up question. Yes, yeah. Yes, there are a few English words with 3 identical letters in a row. Yeah, he was trying to refine the question, though they are quite rare. One example is bookkeeper and variant, but yeah, this is the wrong answer. How in the heck does Sweet Tooth have 3 consecutive O's? All right, so Sweet Tooth was also one of those, but we didn't see it. Oh, there's Sweet Tooth. Maybe I missed it. You're right. Sweet Tooth doesn't actually have 3 consecutive T's. My mistake there. Bookkeeper and bookkeeping are still valid examples of word with 3 consecutive identical letters. English spelling can be quite quirky like that. Explain how bookkeeping has 3 consecutive identical letters. Now, one thing we're pointing out here, and this is why I wanted to dig in on this. Let's get this a little bit better and get rid of that guy's picture. Is how you can converse with these AIs and ask them clarifying questions. Explain how bookkeeping has 3 consecutive identical letters. Apologies for the confusion earlier. It seems I misspoke. In the word bookkeeping, there are 2 consecutive pairs of identical letters. Wrong again. There's 3 consecutive pairs of identical letters. Not 2, but not 3 consecutive identical letters. See, I've got to zoom out before I can reposition this. Let's see if I do that. All right, there's too much in here for me to read through, but yes, it was comical. Oh, here's this one, Tatarat. I got to get to that one. I can't scroll that at all. Oh, there I can move it. Where are 3 consecutive same letters in that word? You're right again. Tataratat. 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 Actually contains 2 consecutive T's, but not 3 in a row. My earlier mention was incorrect. What do we do here? No, that's still not the 3. I thought he came up with 3 somewhere. All right, is that enough? I've probably beat that to death enough. I thought there was one that actually did have 3 consecutive letters, but was more of a made-up word. Why am I not finding that? I don't know. Looking to see if Gary gives me an exclamation. What
Gary
if you...
Weisenberger said, "What if you asked what is 3 times 3, and AI says 10, and you do not know it is wrong?"
Yeah, good point. Good point. Because AI can be wrong, and surprisingly often is. And what if you don't recognize that as being wrong? Got to be careful with AI. Where was that? I got to move on to my next topic because I've been on this far enough. Seems like there was some word that came up with, or Gary came up with, that had 3 consecutive letters, but it wasn't an actual dictionary word. Okay, moving on. Gary's probably clarified that in chat. I will leave that to the chat conversation and move on. Mike's unboxing. How are we doing? 9:22. No, I gotta look at the video time, not the clock time, Doug. Such a Doug. 14, Mike's unboxing. Adobe Premiere works better on Intel. So I got turned on to Mike's Unboxing by Kerry Holzman, recently mentioning the channel. So I've been checking out some of his videos, and perhaps I might do some binging of his channel while I'm up the cabin. But one thing that I heard him say as I was looking at one of his videos this morning, you all know that I'm not a builder. So when we get into the argument over Intel, AMD, and all the different hardware parts, I have awareness, I have some conversational capability there, but not as much as many of you. Certainly not as much as Kerry and as Mike. They are clearly have expertise in that. I got locked into Intel a long time ago because vertical market software that my clients needed for their offices actually published their hardware requirements, Intel processors. So I just got locked into it. I've been very comfortable with it. I just always am Intel. When I'm ordering a computer and I have a choice between AMD and Intel, I just choose Intel. I know some of you are frustrated with me about that, but I took a clip off of his show this morning, and that just really gave me extra substantiation to it. As I understand, he is an AMD person. So there's another ad break click because I just got a voice in my ear. My technical director reminded me to do a ad break. Now, where was I going? Oh, I got to get over to here. So I did a clip of his video. So when I click on this, it's going to play this little piece of his show. Oh, I wonder, I don't know if I have remember when I said that I reworked all my audio? I don't know if this is going to come through to you. No, I can tell you're not seeing that because you're not hearing that because I don't have a graphic audio indicator. So let's go see how quickly I can fix that. Audio sources, add an audio source, and the screen is black right now. I know that. Application audio capture beta, and you can't see this right now. I guess I can't display anything for you right now. Existing audio, and then go say, Chrome asks me anything. Let's see if this does it. Now, all right, so I'm gonna bring him back and see if I can get this.
Can use AMD, but just try not to use an AMD graphics card because it's not.
Oops, I gotta go back to the beginning of it. I can tell that you are hearing this.
For Adobe Premiere, an Intel processor is the way to go, 100%. You can use AMD, but just try not to use an AMD graphics card because it's not such good times. Get an NVIDIA graphics card as well.
Okay, so that's all of it. And because all of what I deal with is business offices and business software, they're not dealing with, they're not gaming. We're not doing custom computers. It's just the easy choice for me to stay with Intel. Then, next topic. Oops, you know what I should do is hit the ad break before I go look at the topics. CoPilot, what software programs? Let's see, why did I put that there? We already dealt with that. Oh, no. This is a different question. So I asked CoPilot. Let's put in a timestamp for that. Let's see, 2610, I'll call it. I'll go back and make these more correct later. I did a CoPilot over here. How do I make this big? Of course, just drag it over. Doug. What software programs prefer Intel over AMD platform? Let's see, will this go bigger? No, those buttons don't work. The eternal battle of Silicon Titans, Intel versus AMD, both have their loyal followings, and choosing between them can feel like picking a side in a cosmic struggle. But fear not, I shall guide you through this processor labyrinth. Gaming and productivity blend. Intel takes the crown. Gaming champions, AMD. Software optimization and control. Make some comments about that. Market dominance matters. Here's the secret sauce. And this is what really hits it for me, dealing with vertical market software for my clients. Software developers often optimize for the biggest market slice. And guess who's the heavyweight champ here? Windows and Android, the Intel playground. So if you're coding a game or an app aiming for the masses, Intel is your buddy. If you're interested in reading more about that, you can pause the video. Can you read that? Geez, that looks kind of blurry when I look at it in OBS. I'm going to window projector mode and make that bigger and make sure that you can see that already. All right, alrighty. I guess I could have just looked at, I can't make it bigger. It won't zoom in very well for me. I got to find out how to do that. Yeah, I think you can see that well enough. Okay. Moving on. 928. Zero drop frames. Channel comments. At 2845. And what we got over here is Chris gave me a 1 in chat yesterday, so I used him as an example, and he responded, Chris, I consider you to be a very kind person and a very, very good friend of the channel. So I think I expressed that well enough yesterday, but he responded, and this is because of who he is. And I would too. Doug, I'm sorry, I did not mean you are boring. I was joking about that. I do know that. And I did know that in my head. And that was the point that I was making, is even though I know it in my head, everybody, if you're at all limited to this human emotional ego thing that we have, you still feel it. Yes, I fall asleep. Yes, I fall asleep, but that is with anyone I am watching. It's not you at all. I was not feeling good that day. That's why I was not chatting. That's why I didn't see him in chat. I got up when you told me to type 1. You're not boring at all. I enjoy watching your videos. Chris, I got to tell you, this right here, you cannot possibly understand how heartwarming that is. And for all of you who show up over and over and over again, thank you so, so much. Thumbs up and heart. I'm still saying, I actually want to make another video to answer this person's question. I'm so tardy on answering that person's question. Channel comments. So then we're going to go look at chat. And before I end the show, I got to tell about the retirement approaching. Chat, where is it? Oh, you know what? I can just go over here and click on that. That's chat room. All I'm
Ken
looking.
Stout Live said you were going to make yet another boring video.
Ken Stout. I was looking for the oranges. I'm not going to read through them all. And that is a change lately to the way I do things. Jeff says it's osmosis from the Ken Stout Live effect. And Jeff Ryman, I didn't do a marathon this year. I didn't do one last year or the one before that either. This is a running joke. I think I'm probably missing the joke in there somewhere. I'll have to catch that later. From Dennis, ABC News reports a winter weather advisory in Yosemite. Have fun at the cabin. Yeah, when I told the owner of the cabin, or asked him, can I use it for a couple days this week? He said, it's going to be cold. Yeah, well, he's got good heat there. So, and the forecast is showing down to, I think, 34 degrees, something like that. And somewhere along the line, I've been taking too much time reading through chat messages after the show. I have been taking longer with reading chat messages after the show than the show takes. That's not sustainable, unfortunately. Okay, so I've hit all the oranges. Whatever speaker bots have come through I don't think I need to respond to anything there. So then, let's get back to cabin bound for 2 days. Got to re-mention that. So
John Williams said, is there electric power at the cabin?
Oh, yes. Awesome electric. Awesome heater. It's fully equipped, all the comforts of home. So yeah, it's really good. It is not rustic whatsoever. It is the cabin. It's the cabin that is on my, let's see, let me come over here. YouTube.com/LWTDB.
Ken Stout Live said electric is great internet speed, not so much.
Yeah, the internet upload speed, there's only about 5, what is it? Megabytes, megabits, 5, whatever the megabits per second up. So it's not, I can do a live stream easily from a phone, but computer's a little more difficult. If you get to my channel page, that didn't actually get you to the right place. Home. I always get to that and it starts playing that retreat video. And I get tired of hearing it. Why is it not here? I don't... What? Where is it? I don't know. How come it doesn't show? Is it because I'm actually signed in with the account? If I go to an incognito window, to youtube.com/LWTDB, I should get whatever experience you get. And I did it wrong, didn't I? Oh, such a Doug. LWTDB. Enter. Should take me right to my channel page. And the retreat video is supposed to play here. That retreat video is made at the cabin, so you get to see a little bit of the cabin. I don't understand. What? All right. Give it up, Doug. You don't know what you're doing. This guy seems confused. Does he know what he's doing? All right. I'm not sure what the show schedule is going to be for the next 2 or 3 days. Retirement approaching. What does that mean? 34, 35.
No way.
35. Retirement approaching. I didn't say it was my retirement. And it's not my retirement. Porky Pig. Porky T. Pig is a short timer. He's going to be retiring. I'm not sure when it's going to happen, but I think we're going to need to acknowledge his retirement, and I will announce it when his last appearance occurs. So Retirement party for Porky T Pig coming sometime in the near future.
John Williams said, have a good day.
The button's taking a long time to respond. I hit the button a while ago. It still hasn't responded. Oh, I know why. I manually turned those off. Did I? No. No, that was the bumpers that I turned off. Are you kidding me with this? My button for turning off the commands isn't working either. And that's why Brian probably got into the... Oh, Ken did.
Brian Lightfoot said, retirement party at your house, Doug?
Darren Gilholm said,
Try this
have a good
again.
day.
Ken Stout Live said, nope, we're serious.
Read chat, please.
It won't even do the
Darren Gilholm
commands
said, too
off.
bad.
Read chat, please, from Zavi Manor. Use this for the ending.
Brian Lightfoot said farewell, Porky.
Was that farewell Porky or farewell Porky? That doesn't give me the end stream functionality.
Gary Weisenberger said no copyright there.
Look at this. No, I don't get copyright violations with that. Not even notifications. They don't mind that at all.
Brian Lightfoot said, is this a 24-hour stream?
These are not the buttons that are showing on my physical Stream Deck right now. Those buttons are right. These buttons are not. Why don't you just end it manually, Doug? Now, those are going all around crazy. Try it again. Pausing streamer bot.
Brian
commands
Lightfoot
does
said,
not
cut the
work.
red wire. Steve McCure said, restore from backup.
I got to think about how to end this without using manual methods.